All right, so got a pretty awesome one for you guys today. Since the release of the new Seiko 5s, aka the Dress KX, I've been considering picking one up. I was hoping to get a bit of a deal on the gray dial model, and I was shopping around the other day and ended up coming across this limited edition version from what Seiko's calling their Japan Collection 2020. Did not get that deal at all. I ended up paying full pop, but as soon as I saw the colorway, I went for it, and here we are today. So let's take a look at the watch. Now, the day I found this was, I believe, the day it was released. Total coincidence and a little lucky too, since from what I've heard, they sold out in minutes. There's not a lot of info on the Japan Collection 2020, but it includes 7 watches. The Presage, the Astron, the Sumo, and this model are the standouts to me, but they all look really good. I'm not sure the number, but a portion of the proceeds are going to Red Cross Japan. All of them are limited to 1,000 pieces, except for the one I have, which is limited to only 500. I'll leave a link to where you can find more info on the line. It's in Japanese, so Google Translate is required, but I'll put that in the description below. The standout with this is definitely the dial, and followed by the blue bezel. Seiko is calling the dial color Japan Blue, and I'm a fan. I love this shade of blue, especially with the sunburst finish. Really liking that they continue out past the dial with the blue bezel too. It's a bit of a different blue tone than the dial, but I really like the look. Not sure what kind of coating they're using, probably a PVD, but I wasn't able to confirm. Up at the 12, we have Seiko printed with the applied Seiko 5 logo. I'm still not 100% sold on the logo completely, but I don't hate it or anything either. Above the 6 is automatic printed in script, and at the 3 is the day date. The handset is the icing on the cake though, and particularly the second hand. I'd been calling it a green, but some think it looks yellow. I actually checked, and when I was looking at the description on the Seiko site, they call it yellow-green. So to me, it's kind of a neon green, but either way, it goes awesome against the blue dial. So this is a Seiko, and like a lot of Seikos, they've piled the lume on in a big way. It's not quite as bright as some of their divers, but it's still strong and long-lasting, so zero problems with low-light legibility. The case is shaped very similarly to the SKX, but trimmed down in size with a case width of 40 millimeters. On the dot, lug to lug is 44. The lug opening is 20 millimeters, and the thickness is 11.8 millimeters. The crystal is Hardlex. The water resist is 100 meters, and the watch runs the 4R36 movement, which is hackable and hand winding. Side by side against the SKX, you can see the similarities in design and at the same time the difference in size. The 5 has drilled lugs, which is a good thing, although unlike the SKX, we only have a push-pull crown. Still fine for the pool or the beach. I'd prefer a screw-down crown though, but I'm okay with it like it is. The case back on the watch displays the 4R36. It's a little hard to capture on camera because the text casts a shadow on the movement, but there's a blue text printed there saying Japan Collection 2020 Limited Edition. The bracelet is exactly what you'd expect from a Seiko 5. The end links are hollow. The clasp is just pressed steel, so nothing to write home about, but it does look good on the watch and wears totally fine. Oh, and just push pins, so no fiddling with pin and collars, which I'm always a fan of. I've had a few slips sending those collars flying, never to be found, so very easy to size the bracelet. And here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist, and it wears perfectly. Gotta love how Seiko get their cases to hug the wrist like that. Now these have picked up the nickname the Dress KX, although this one definitely doesn't feel dressy at all with the sportier colorway. I suspect, like they did with the 5KX, there's probably a lot of new colorways coming soon. So final verdict is, and taking the limited edition version out of the equation, the lineup as a whole, the whole new Seiko 5 Sports lineup is a really well done release from Seiko. Prices range depending on the version, but over time I'm sure the prices will settle, making it even a better buy for someone considering one. So that's it, guys. Any questions on the watch, reach out in the comments below. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.